Life is not a leisurely stroll, it is a battlefield. Each day begins as a blank canvas, but the brush is in your hand, and what you create depends entirely on your mindset. You cannot afford to wake up without a plan, without a vision, or without a drive to dominate. When the alarm goes off, you're faced with a decision: rise with intent and take control, or fall victim to mediocrity and let the world dictate your day. Success doesn't wait for you to be comfortable. It doesn't care about your feelings, excuses, or temporary setbacks. What success demands is unrelenting focus and a commitment to purpose from the moment you open your eyes. You must control your environment because your surroundings shape your outcomes. Look at the people, the habits, the noise around you. Are they building you or breaking you? Cut out distractions, eliminate toxic influences, surround yourself with tools, routines, and individuals who inspire growth and ambition. If your environment isn't pushing you forward, it's holding you back, and the alpha mindset doesn't tolerate dead weight. The most important battle you fight every day is the one within yourself. Growth is never comfortable. Progress doesn't happen in moments of ease. You must learn to love discomfort because it's in the discomfort where transformation is born. Whether it's pushing your body to its physical limits, stretching your mind to learn and adapt, or facing fears that hold you back, growth comes from stepping outside your comfort zone. Each challenge you face is a test of your resolve, and the more you embrace these tests, the sharper your edge becomes. Your mind is your most powerful tool, but only if you train it. Weakness, self-doubt, and hesitation are all byproducts of an untrained mind. To dominate every day, you must learn to control your thoughts and focus on results. Excuses are for those who have already accepted failure. The alpha mindset demands solutions, not complaints. When you train your mind to see obstacles as opportunities, no challenge can intimidate you. Mental toughness isn't an option, it's a necessity. Domination requires action. Hesitation is the breeding ground of regret. If you want something, you must move toward it with unwavering conviction. Mistakes are inevitable. Stagnation is unacceptable. The alpha mindset thrives on decisiveness. It's better to take a bold step and learn than to sit idle, paralyzed by fear. Each action you take, no matter how small, builds momentum and confidence. Momentum is the force that turns dreams into reality. Respect isn't given, it's earned. The way you speak, move, and carry yourself tells the world exactly what to expect from you. An alpha commands respect through discipline, achievement, and an unyielding refusal to accept mediocrity. You are your greatest asset, and how you present yourself to the world reflects your commitment to excellence. People may doubt your words, but they will never doubt your actions when they see your results. But remember, domination isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up consistently. You don't need to be flawless to succeed. You need to be relentless. Success is the result of persistent effort day after day, regardless of how you feel or what stands in your way. There will be days when you feel like quitting. Those are the days that matter most. Consistency builds character, and character wins wars. This is the reality of the alpha mindset. It's not a gift, a talent, or a privilege. It's a choice. Every day you wake up, you choose to dominate, to grow, to push past limits, and to demand more from yourself. When you embrace this mindset fully, life bends to your will. There's no room for excuses, no time for hesitation, and no tolerance for anything less than greatness. You are the architect of your life, and with the alpha mindset, you hold the power to dominate every single day. Your environment is either your greatest ally or your worst enemy, and the choice is entirely yours. Everything around you influences your mindset, your decisions, ultimately your success. You cannot allow yourself to exist in an atmosphere filled with distractions, negativity, and mediocrity. Every element of your environment, from the people you interact with to the spaces you inhabit, must be curated with precision to serve your goals. Look closely at the individuals around you. Are they pushing you forward, or are they dragging you down? Toxicity, laziness, and doubt are contagious. If you surround yourself with people who settle for less, it won't be long before you start lowering your standards too. Cut out those who drain your energy or distract you from your path. Instead, surround yourself with those who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to become better. A strong circle isn't built by chance, it's built by choice. Beyond people, think about the physical spaces you occupy. Is your environment organized for productivity, or is it cluttered and chaotic? The alpha mindset thrives on control. This extends to the spaces you live and work in. Create environments that fuel focus and eliminate distractions. If your phone, social media, any other noise is stealing your attention, take control of it. You're not a slave to your surroundings, you are the master of them. Even your habits are a part of your environment. What you do daily is a reflection of the atmosphere you've created. Are your routines aligned with your goals, or are they filled with wasted time and effort? Domination begins with discipline, and discipline starts with habits. Construct a routine that maximizes your energy, sharpens your focus, and drives you toward excellence. This isn't about comfort, it's about results. You also have to control the mental environment you cultivate. You feed your mind through media, conversations, and thoughts, shapes how you see the world. Are you consuming information that empowers you or that distracts you? Is your mental diet making you stronger, or is it weakening your resolve? Protect your mind as fiercely as you protect your most valuable asset, because it is your most valuable asset. To dominate, you must eliminate the excuses tied to your environment. Stop blaming circumstances, people, or situations for where you are. The alpha mindset acknowledges that while you can't control everything, you can control how you respond. Build an environment so powerful and intentional that it becomes impossible for you to fail. When your surroundings are aligned with your goals, every step you take will propel you forward. Control your environment, and you control your destiny. Relentless self-improvement is the cornerstone of the alpha mindset. If you're not growing, you're stagnating, and stagnation is the precursor to failure. The idea is simple but not easy every day. You must commit to becoming better than you were yesterday. This isn't about occasional bursts of effort. It's about a consistent, unyielding focus on pushing yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally. Mastery over yourself is the ultimate goal, and it requires discipline, hunger, and an insatiable drive for excellence. Improvement begins with your physical state. Your body is your vehicle in this life, and if it's weak, tired, or neglected, it reflects in every aspect of your being. Training your body isn't just about aesthetics, it's about building resilience, energy, and confidence. When you challenge yourself physically, whether through lifting weights, running, martial arts, or another discipline, you teach yourself to embrace struggle. You learn that pain isn't something to fear, it's a signal that you're growing. The stronger you make your body, the stronger your mind becomes, because the two are inseparably linked. Mental growth is equally vital. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better equipped you are to navigate challenges and seize opportunities. This doesn't mean casually consuming information. It means actively seeking wisdom that sharpens your perspective and enhances your abilities. Read books that stretch your understanding. Surround yourself with people who know more than you. Push yourself to learn skills that intimidate you. The world is full of resources, but they're useless if you don't take the initiative to absorb and apply them. Improvement also extends to your emotional state. Life is filled with situations that test your patience, resolve, and composure. If you lack emotional control, even the smallest obstacle can derail your progress. Developing emotional intelligence means learning to regulate your responses and understanding that emotions are temporary. Feelings of frustration, doubt, or fear will come. They don't have to dictate your actions. The alpha mindset isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about mastering them so they serve you rather than control you. The pursuit of self-improvement is relentless because it has no finish line. There's always a higher level to reach, a greater skill to master, or a new challenge to conquer. Complacency is the enemy. You might achieve something today that you've been striving for, but the moment you rest on your laurels, you start to slip backward. Celebrate your victories briefly, but don't dwell on them. Use them as fuel to push yourself further. Improvement requires accountability. You can't truly grow if you're not honest with yourself about where you're falling short. Look in the mirror and face your weaknesses head on. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about acknowledging that there's room to grow and then taking action. Set standards for yourself that are higher than anyone else would dare impose. Be your harshest critic and your greatest supporter simultaneously. This path isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. If self-improvement were simple, everyone would be extraordinary, and we know that's not the case. The reason so few people achieve greatness is that most give up when the road gets tough. The relentless pursuit of growth requires grit, resilience, and an unshakable belief that you're capable of more. It's about waking up every morning and asking, how can I be better today? And then taking action to answer that question. Every effort you put into improving yourself compounds over time. The small, consistent actions you take daily, waking up earlier, training harder, learning more, build into something extraordinary. The alpha mindset isn't about being satisfied with where you are. It's about constantly striving to reach the next level. This relentless focus on self-improvement is what separates those who dominate from those who settle. Master yourself, and there's nothing in the world you cannot conquer. Discomfort is the forge where greatness is created. It is the crucible that separates those who merely exist from those who truly live. Comfort zones are traps, illusions of security that keep you stagnant and unchallenged. The truth is that nothing worthwhile ever comes from staying comfortable. Growth demands discomfort, and if you aren't willing to embrace it, you're choosing mediocrity over greatness. The alpha mindset understands this reality and uses discomfort as a tool for transformation. Every challenge, every moment of pain, every instance of struggle is an opportunity. When you push yourself beyond what feels easy, you discover the true extent of your capabilities. Physical discomfort, for instance, is not a sign of weakness. It's proof that your body is adapting, getting stronger, and rising to meet the demands you place on it. Whether it's through lifting heavier weights, running longer distances, or training in ways that test your endurance, the discomfort you feel is a sign of progress. Each time you endure it, you're conditioning not only your body, but also your mind to withstand pressure. Mental discomfort is no different. It's easy to stick with what you know, to avoid taking risks, or to shy away from new challenges because they make you uncomfortable. But the alpha mindset rejects this fear. Instead, it seeks out situations that force you to think harder, adapt faster, and solve problems more effectively. When you embrace the mental discomfort of learning something new, tackling a complex issue, or stepping into the unknown, you're expanding your mental capacity and sharpening your intellect. Emotional discomfort is perhaps the hardest to confront because it forces you to face fears, insecurities, and vulnerabilities. It's uncomfortable to admit your weaknesses, to confront past failures, or to take responsibility for your actions. But the strength you gain from facing these emotions head-on is unparalleled. When you embrace emotional discomfort, you strip away the excuses and justifications that hold you back. You learn to own your life, your choices, and your future with clarity and confidence. The most successful individuals in any field are those who consistently operate outside their comfort zones. They don't shy away from failure because they understand that failure is not the opposite of success, but a crucial part of it. Every setback, every mistake, every moment of discomfort is a lesson in resilience and perseverance. The more you push yourself into these moments, the more resilient you become. Over time, once felt impossible becomes routine and your comfort zone expands. Discomfort is also a powerful teacher of humility. It reminds you that you don't know everything, that you're not perfect, and that there's always room for improvement. It keeps you grounded and focused on the journey rather than the destination. When you willingly put yourself in situations that challenge your abilities, you develop a sense of gratitude for the growth they bring. You stop fearing discomfort and start appreciating it as a necessary part of your evolution. This process is not easy, and it's not supposed to be. If it were, everyone would be doing it. Most people avoid discomfort at all costs, choosing the path of least resistance and settling for a life that's good enough. But the alpha mindset refuses to settle. It recognizes that discomfort is a privilege. It's the price you pay for living a life that's extraordinary. When you embrace discomfort, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. You build confidence, resilience, and a mindset that refuses to quit. The key is to lean into discomfort rather than resist it. Seek out challenges, take on the hard tasks, and never back down from adversity. Every time you push through discomfort, you're rewriting the limits of what you can achieve. The world belongs to those who are willing to endure the struggle, who see discomfort not as a barrier but as a stepping stone. Embrace it fully. You'll find that the very things that once intimidated you will become the foundation of your strength. Mental toughness is the bedrock of success. It is the ability to remain steadfast, focused, and unshaken in the face of adversity. Life is not kind to the weak. Challenges and obstacles will test your resolve every step of the way. If your mind is fragile, you will crumble under pressure. But if your mind is strong, no force can break you. This is not about being emotionless or indifferent. It is about taking control of your thoughts and directing them toward outcomes that matter. Mental toughness is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. Excuses are the enemy of mental toughness. Weakness begins the moment you allow yourself to justify failure. When you say, "can't because," you are handing over control to your circumstances rather than taking control of your life. Mental toughness requires you to stop looking for reasons why something cannot be done and start finding ways to make it happen. Excuses serve no purpose. They are the language of mediocrity, and the alpha mindset has no tolerance for mediocrity. Adversity is inevitable, and mental toughness thrives on it. Challenges are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. Every setback, failure, or obstacle you face is an opportunity to prove to yourself what you are made of. When most people encounter hardship, they retreat, but those with mental toughness lean into the struggle. They understand that discomfort and difficulty are the catalyst for growth. They welcome adversity because they know it sharpens their focus, strengthens their resolve, builds their character. Focus is a crucial element of mental toughness. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to concentrate on your goals is a rare and powerful skill. Every second you spend worrying about things beyond your control is a second wasted. Mental toughness requires you to channel your energy into actions that move you closer to your objectives. It's about eliminating the noise and focusing on what truly matters. This level of focus is not something you stumble upon. It is something you train daily by setting clear priorities and staying disciplined. Resilience is another defining feature of mental toughness. Will knock you down, it's a guarantee. But what defines you is not how many times you fall, it's how many times you rise. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly, to adapt, and to keep moving forward regardless of the circumstances. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about refusing to let failure defeat you. Mental toughness gives you the power to stand back up with even more determination than before. Emotional control is an essential aspect of mental toughness. Emotions are natural, but allowing them to dictate your actions is a sign of weakness. Mental toughness doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means mastering them. When anger, fear, or doubt arise, someone with mental toughness acknowledges these feelings but doesn't let them take over. They respond with calculated actions rather than impulsive reactions. This ability to stay calm under pressure is what allows them to make decisions that lead to success. Mental toughness also demands self-accountability. You must take ownership of your life, your choices, and your outcomes. Blaming others or external circumstances for your situation is a betrayal of your potential. The mentally tough person looks in the mirror and says, "This is on me, and I have the power to change it." Accountability is not a burden, it's a gift that empowers you to take control of your destiny. Building mental toughness is not an overnight process. It requires consistent effort, discipline, a willingness to face your fears head on. It's about pushing through discomfort, training your mind to focus on the positive, and refusing to quit when things get hard. Over time, this relentless pursuit of mental strength becomes a part of who you are. You no longer see challenges as threats, but as opportunities to prove your resilience. Mental toughness is a choice you make every day. It is the decision to rise above excuses, to embrace adversity, and to maintain unwavering focus on your goals. It is not something you are born with. It is something you cultivate through discipline, resilience, and sheer determination. When you develop this level of mental fortitude, you become unstoppable. The world may throw obstacles in your path, but with mental toughness, you'll have the strength to overcome anything that stands in your way. Decisive action is the heartbeat of progress. Without action, ambition remains nothing more than a dream. Too often, people are paralyzed by overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment or ideal conditions. The truth is, perfection is an illusion, and waiting is a silent thief that robs you of opportunities. The alpha mindset recognizes that action, bold, deliberate, and consistent, is the only way to turn ideas into results. Hesitation breeds regret. Decisiveness paves the path to success. Taking action requires courage because every decision carries the risk of failure. However, the real failure lies in doing nothing. Mistakes are not the end. They are lessons, necessary stepping stones on the journey to greatness. Decisive people understand this and embrace the possibility of setbacks, knowing that each misstep is an opportunity to learn and grow. They do not fear failure, they fear stagnation. The cost of inaction is far greater than the temporary discomfort of making a wrong move. When you act decisively, you set yourself apart from the crowd. Most people spend their lives in a cycle of planning and procrastination, stuck in the limbo of what if. They analyze every possible scenario, hoping to eliminate all risks before moving forward, and in doing so, they miss the moment entirely. The alpha mindset rejects this paralysis. It values momentum over perfection. When you take action, even if it's imperfect, you create opportunities for adjustment and improvement. Progress is not a straight line, but it always begins with a step. Decisive action is about commitment. When you make a decision, you must back it with unwavering resolve. Half-hearted attempts yield half-hearted results. Once you decide on a course of action, there is no room for doubt or second-guessing. You must give everything you have to the task at hand, knowing that your focus and effort will determine the outcome. Commit fully, and the results will speak for themselves. Clarity is the foundation of decisive action. You cannot move confidently toward your goals if you are unsure of what you want or why you want it. The alpha mindset emphasizes the importance of clear objectives. Before you act, take the time to define your purpose and visualize your desired outcome. Once you have clarity, your decisions become easier and your actions become more effective. A clear goal is a powerful motivator, providing direction and eliminating unnecessary distractions. Timing is another crucial element. While it's important not to rush blindly into action, it's equally vital not to delay unnecessarily. Decisive individuals understand the importance of timing and seize opportunities as they arise. They recognize that hesitation can cause doors to close and chances to slip away. When the moment comes to act, they move with confidence, trusting their preparation and instincts. Hesitation is the enemy of success, and action is its greatest ally. Execution is where dreams are transformed into reality. Ideas and plans are meaningless without follow-through. The alpha mindset demands excellence in execution. This means doing the hard work, staying consistent, and refusing to quit when the initial excitement wears off. Execution is not glamorous, it's often repetitive and demanding, but it's also where the magic happens. Every great achievement is the result of consistent, decisive action taken over time. Finally, decisive action builds confidence. With every decision you make and every step you take, you reinforce your belief in yourself and your abilities. Confidence is not something you wait for, it's something you earn through action. The more you act, the more you realize your potential, and the more you trust yourself to handle whatever comes next. Confidence is a byproduct of doing the work, taking the risks, and owning the outcomes. Decisive action is the ultimate power move. It's the difference between those who wish for success and those who achieve it. When you commit to acting boldly and consistently, you take control of your life and your destiny. The world belongs to those who are willing to take risks, make decisions, take action. Do not wait for permission, ideal conditions, or a perfect plan. Decide, act, and watch as your boldness creates opportunities where none existed before. Commanding respect is not about demanding it, it's about earning it through actions, character, and consistency. True respect is never given freely. It is the natural response to power, competence, and integrity. The alpha mindset understands that respect is not something you beg for. It's something you inspire in others by the way you live and carry yourself. Every word, every choice, every movement must reflect strength, confidence, and purpose. This is how respect is commanded, not just by your presence, but by the undeniable impact of your existence. To command respect, you must first respect yourself. Self-respect is the foundation upon which all external respect is built. This means setting high standards for yourself in everything you do. It means taking care of your body, honing your skills, and maintaining your discipline. People can sense when you take yourself seriously, and it sets the tone for how they will treat you. If you compromise on your values or allow yourself to be treated poorly, you signal to the world that you are not worthy of respect. The way you carry yourself communicates your expectations, and the world will respond accordingly. Respect also comes from competence. In any field, the individuals who are the best at what they do naturally command the respect of those around them. Competence doesn't just happen, it is earned through relentless effort, practice, and dedication. Whatever your chosen path, whatever you're to mastering it, whether it's your career, a skill, or a craft, aim to be exceptional. People respect those who excel because it demonstrates discipline, focus, and an unrelenting drive to succeed. Excellence is magnetic. It draws others to you and establishes your place as a leader. Consistency is another critical factor in commanding respect. Anyone can act strong or confident for a moment, but true respect is earned through consistency over time. This means showing up, doing the work, and delivering results day after day, regardless of how you feel. Consistency builds and trust is the foundation of respect. When people see that you are dependable, that you follow through on your promises, and that you live by your principles, their respect for you deepens. Confidence is the energy that amplifies all other qualities. Confidence is not arrogance. It is a quiet, unshakable belief in yourself and your abilities. When you carry yourself with confidence, people are naturally drawn to you. Confidence communicates that you are in control, that you know what you're doing, and that you are capable of handling any situation. It's not something you fake, it's something you build through preparation, experience, and self-awareness. When you walk into a room, your confidence should speak for you before you say a word. Respect is also tied to how you treat others. Being strong and assertive does not mean being dismissive or cruel. On the contrary, treating people with dignity, fairness, empathy shows that you are secure in your power and have nothing to prove. People respect those who lift others up, who listen, value the contributions of everyone around them. However, respect for others does not mean tolerating disrespect toward yourself. The alpha mindset requires clear boundaries. When someone crosses the line, you must address it decisively without hesitation or apology. Adversity is another stage where respect is earned. The way you handle challenges, setbacks, and conflicts speaks volumes about your character. When you remain composed under pressure, make tough decisions with clarity, and refuse to give in to fear or doubt, you show strength that commands respect. People watch how you handle adversity more closely than how you handle success. Rising above challenges with grace and determination solidifies your position as someone who deserves admiration. Respect is not about being liked. It's about being valued and regarded as a force to be reckoned with. It is about walking into any situation with the knowledge that your presence makes an impact. Commanding respect is a continuous process, one that requires self-awareness, effort, and a commitment to excellence. When you embody strength, competence, and integrity, respect becomes a natural byproduct of who you are. Consistency is the cornerstone of achievement, far more valuable than fleeting moments of brilliance. Many chase the illusion of perfection, striving for flawless execution in every attempt. It is consistency that builds empires, shapes legacies, and transforms lives. Perfection is a myth, an unattainable standard that paralyzes progress and feeds insecurity. In contrast, consistency is practical, achievable, and powerful. It is the daily commitment to show up, to give your best effort, and to move forward, even when the conditions are far from ideal. Success does not come from waiting for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, or the perfect plan. Those who wait for perfection often end up waiting forever. Consistency, however, teaches that action matters more than perfection. Every small effort repeated over time compounds into extraordinary results. A single workout won't transform your body, but showing up to train regularly will. Writing one page won't create a novel, but writing every day will. Taking one small step forward consistently is infinitely more valuable than taking one giant leap sporadically. Consistency builds trust, not just in relationships with others, but also in your relationship with yourself. When you consistently meet your commitments and follow through on your promises, you reinforce your confidence in your ability to achieve. Over time, this self-trust becomes unshakable, giving you the courage to take on greater challenges. On the other hand, when you lack consistency and fail to follow through, you create a cycle of doubt and hesitation. Confidence is earned through action, and consistency ensures that your actions align with your goals. The beauty of consistency lies in its ability to overcome obstacles. Life will always present challenges, unforeseen setbacks, distractions, and moments of doubt. Perfection crumbles under the weight of such adversity because it demands flawlessness. Consistency, however, adapts and perseveres. It doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to be present. Even on the days when motivation is low or circumstances are difficult, showing up and doing something, however small, keeps you on track. Consistency is not about intensity, it's about persistence. Over time, consistency creates momentum. Each action builds upon the last, creating a chain reaction of progress. At first, the changes may be small and almost imperceptible, but as you continue, the impact grows exponentially. This is the principle of compounding in action. Whether you're building a skill, improving your fitness, or growing a business, consistent effort over time leads to results that far exceed the sum of individual actions. This momentum is a powerful force, propelling you forward even when the initial excitement fades. Consistency also brings clarity. When you commit to a regular practice or routine, you gain a deeper understanding of what works and what doesn't. The process of showing up day after day allows you to refine your approach, learn from your experiences, and make adjustments. Perfection doesn't allow for this kind of evolution because it focuses on getting everything right from the start. Consistency, on the other hand, embraces imperfection as a natural part of growth and improvement. The most successful individuals in any field understand the value of consistency. They don't rely on bursts of inspiration or motivation. They rely on discipline and routine. They know that mastery is not achieved through one extraordinary effort, but through countless hours of consistent practice. This applies not only to skills and achievements, but also to personal growth. Consistency in your habits, mindset, and actions shapes who you become. It is the foundation of a strong character and a purposeful life. Ultimately, consistency is about commitment. It's about deciding what matters to you and dedicating yourself to it day after day, regardless of the circumstances. It's not glamorous, and it's not always easy. It is the most reliable path to success. When you prioritize consistency over perfection, you free yourself from the pressure of unrealistic expectations and focus on what truly matters: progress. Over time, this unwavering dedication creates results that are not only impressive, but also deeply fulfilling. Consistency is the master key to unlocking your full potential and achieving greatness. It is not the grand gestures or rare moments of brilliance that define success, but the relentless pursuit of progress through deliberate and persistent action. When you prioritize consistency over perfection, you embrace a mindset that values growth, resilience, and adaptability. You understand that small, consistent efforts lead to monumental change, and you trust the process, knowing that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. In life, challenges will arise, distractions will tempt you, and motivation will waver. But consistency is what keeps you grounded, focused, moving forward. It is the quiet force that separates the dreamers from the achievers, the temporary from the timeless, and the ordinary from the extraordinary. Commit to showing up every day, doing the work, and embracing the journey with discipline and determination. When you do, success is no longer a question of if, but when.